Taizoba here, the weekly highlights of Arakan. Heavy fighting between Junta and AA in Sittwe. 2 youths killed, 2 injured after unexploded ordnance detonates in Mumbra. Junta Navy reinforcing and increasing activity along Arakan coastline. Living conditions worsen for IDPs in Rathedaung Township. RNP party begins activities in Manaung. Loses leg after stepping on landmine in Maungdaw. In Arakan, intense fighting between the Myanmar military and the Arakan army has been ongoing for almost 2 years. From October 13th to 19th of 2025, we'll be bringing you notable updates from Arakan. Heavy fighting between Junta and AA in Sittwe. Intense clashes are ongoing between the Myanmar military regime and the Arakan army in Sittwe Township, where both sides are entrenched. The fighting has featured exchanges of artillery fire and drone attacks, according to sources. Since October 14th, Junta battalions based in Sittwe have continuously shelled areas along the borders of Rathedaung and Bonajan townships, military sources said. On October 15th, Junta units in Sittwe reportedly fired more than 20 artillery rounds. The Junta has also carried out drone-delivered bomb attacks, according to local reports. The AA stated on October 15th that artillery and drone clashes around the outskirts of Sittwe have intensified in recent days. Residents say the Junta has reinforced troops and stepped up military operations around Sittwe, and Junta naval vessels have been seen patrolling offshore. At present, the AA has blockaded Sittwe, with both sides maintaining positions and engaging in periodic artillery exchanges. Junta forces have also frequently shelled villages along Sittwe's border areas in Rathedaung, Bonajan, and Maungdaw townships, resulting in civilian casualties. 2 youths killed, 2 injured after unexploded ordnance detonates in Mumbra. In Mumbra, Arakan State, 2 local youths were killed and 2 others injured when an unexploded mortar shell UXO they had picked up detonated, according to local sources. The incident occurred on the afternoon of October 15th in Usodong Ward, Mumbra. 3 youths reportedly tried to break open a mortar round collected from debris in the Limro River, triggering an explosion that caused fatalities and injuries. The deceased were Ninizo, age 15, Kaimon, age 19. The injured were Tuantuamro, age 15, and Dotenshi, age 55, who was nearby at the time of the blast. The injured are currently receiving medical treatment. Areas under Arakan Army AA control continue to see civilian casualties due to unexploded ordnance and landmines, while the AA has been conducting mine clearance operations and risk education activities in its territories. Observers say these efforts remain insufficient relative to the scale of the threat. Junta Navy reinforcing and increasing activity along Arakan coastline. In recent days, the Junta's Navy has stepped up reinforcements and movements along coastal waters near Thandwe, Gwa, Remri, Maungdaw, and Maungdaw townships, areas largely under Arakan control. Locals in Upali, Thandwe Township said that where previously 2 Junta Navy vessels had been visible offshore, since the first week of October, there have been at least 6 vessels rotating between the waters of Thandwe and Gwa, with instances of naval gunfire reported. The AA stated on October 10th that on October 9th, anchored Navy vessels off Ngapili Beach fired heavy weapons toward the Thandwe area. That same day, locals reported that Junta vessels anchored off the western coast of Bonya village in Gwa Township fired 11 rounds of naval artillery. Residents also said anchored Navy ships near the coastal waters of Maungdaw and Maungdaw have been maneuvering more frequently in recent days, causing heightened concern among villagers living near the shoreline. In Maungdaw Township, no fewer than 3 Navy ships were seen operating from waters west of Anau Pronka Island, moving towards Jaupru and Maungdaw, according to local accounts. Anchored Junta vessels along the Arakan coast have repeatedly shelled towns and villages close to the shoreline, and there have been arrests of local fishermen while out at sea, residents said. On October 10th, the Arakan Army warned residents of coastal towns and villages to exercise extreme caution due to the risk of naval and air attacks by the Junta, urging heightened security awareness. Living conditions worsen for IDPs in Rathedaung Township. In Rathedaung Township, Arakan State, internally displaced people, IDPs, are in urgent need of assistance with shelter, food, medicine due to a severe shortage of humanitarian support, according to local sources. Large numbers of IDPs from Rathedaung and Sittwe Township are currently taking refuge in Rathedaung, with little to no aid arriving. Many are struggling to secure regular meals, while children are suffering from malnutrition, residents said. Since fighting resumed in November 2023, Junta imposed blockades have battered the local economy across Arakan state, pushing up prices and leaving many people unemployed. Residents continue to face these hardships. Those most affected are the displaced who fled amid the fighting. They are encountering even greater challenges in local residents. IDPs report soaring commodity prices, limited access to aid, scarce job opportunities, and prolonged displacement that has been prevented them from returning home. Factors that together have created acute hardship. There are currently over 9,000 IDPs in Rathedaung Township. Many are originally from Rathedaung, Sittwe, Maungdaw, and Sittwe townships, according to volunteers assisting them. Although the Arakan Army captured all of Rathedaung Township on March 17, 2024, residents have still been unable to return home due to ongoing artillery fire from Junta positions in Sittwe, locals said. RNP Party begins activities in Manaung. In villages of Manaung Township under Junta control, the Rakhine Nationalities Party, RNP, has begun organizing drives and erecting party signboards, according to local sources. The RNP is led by Worsen, and its central headquarters has opened on Uodoma Street, Middle Ward, Jiaopru. Worsen was previously a senior leader of the Arakan National Party and won the Priti Ludo lower house seat for Jiaopru Township in the 2015 general election. He reportedly sought to have the ANP re-registered for the upcoming election, but the Junta rejected the application. As a result, he is now personally leading the new RNP. For the Junta's planned election, parties permitted to contest in Arakan State include the Arakan Front Party, the Arakan State National United Party, the Khmer National Development Party, the Mro Ethnic Party, and the Mro National Development Party, in addition to the RNP. Of Arakan State's 17 townships, the Arakan Army controls 14, while the Junta has announced it will hold partial elections in areas it still holds, Sittwe, Jiaopru, and Manaung townships. The ULAAA has said elections will not be allowed in areas under its control, arguing that such polls will not benefit the public and could instead create further confusion, according to ULAAA spokesman Ukain Duka. Local man loses leg after stepping on landmine in Maungdaw. In Landmine ward of Maungdaw, Arakan State, a man stepped on a landmine at around 9:30 a.m. on October 18th, resulting in the amputation of his right leg, according to local sources. The victim has been identified as Zola, a 25-year-old Hindu resident of Landmine ward. He reportedly triggered the mine while clearing brush in a wooded area. Due to the severity of his injuries, he is currently receiving emergency medical treatment. On September 24th, another man from Daishomro village in northern Maungdaw Township was seriously injured after stepping on a landmine while heading to hillside fields. In Maungdaw Township, many people rely on nearby forests and hills for their livelihoods, collecting firewood, gathering bamboo shoots, and doing other odd works to make ends meet. Locals say the dangers of unexploded ordnance and landmines are frequently encountered by those farming in the hills, foraging, or fishing in the area. These were the main highlights of the past week in Arakan. This program is presented every Tuesday, so please stay tuned. May all people of Arakan and the world stay healthy and safe.